Say something snide. I'm happy. I'm happy that you're happy.
Happy that he finally got rid of his toxic sister.
I'm happy that you finally have to climb for it. You know how long I've waited to tell tall person jokes? I am the imp and I demand to know. I knew you were fucking her.
Oh my god.
Oh,
this is awesome.
Must be like looking in the mirror. See, I don't believe you do that. You couldn't do it on your best day, you one-handed fuck, and your best days are long gone. Now listen.
God, bro.
Your sister offered me River Rock. You could be Lord of the Reach. Hi, Governor, are you mad? It's better than being dead. It's not going to kill us, you're going to talk. I'll come find you when the war is done. Till then, don't die.
Oh, I hate Bron at the moment. He's always just doing what's best for him. But of course, it's Bron. We've known Bron like that since always. So it's not surprising me, of course.
For fuck's sake.
On the road?
Not anymore.
You're heading to King's Landing?
Some unfinished business.
Me too.
Killing the queen. But Arya and Sansa know now, and I really want to know what they think about it. I really hate that they didn't show us that. His wing. Poor little thing.
That doesn't mean she'll be a good queen.
You seem determined to dislike her.
Exactly, just stop that.
Sansa, look at me.
She's gonna tell Tyrion, is she?
I don't want Jon to go down there. The men in my family don't do well in the capital.
No, but as your brother once told me, he's not a Stark.
Don't tell him. I was really afraid that she was gonna tell it for a moment, but I still don't trust her. I really think she's going to tell someone.
Tyrion,
No!
what if there's someone else? Someone better?
Back where we belong. It's where he belongs too. The direwolf has no place in this home.
Aww.
Will you take him with you?
No!
He'll be happier up there. So would you.
Of course I want Ghost to be happy, but if he's not with Jon, Ghost without Jon? I'm trying to put on a sweater, it's cold. Tormund and Jon saying goodbye is not okay. Hey, look at that. Oh no, is he saying goodbye to them too? She's pregnant! Oh!
Yeah, it's fine with him. We've got some person can read, so
I'm sure he knows how it happens.
Sam.
If it's a boy, you want to name him Jon.
Oh, it's a girl.
There's a chance we'll never see them together again. But let's just hope they will.
You're the best friend I ever had. You too, son.
Oh, Ghost. He's missing an ear and I don't like that. You're not just gonna walk away. Ghost is your direwolf, he loves you. Give him a hug at least. Always when I see his eyes, I have to think about that dude who said, "You pink-eyed fuck." Cuties.
All of it because Robert Baratheon loves someone who didn't love him back. How many others know? Even when it's not a secret
Told
anymore,
him?
he has the better claim to the throne.
Fucking Sansa!
He loves our queen, and she loves him. If we marry them, they could rule together.
My idea!
She's his aunt.
I don't give a shit. Exactly.
No, but John grew up in Winterfell. Is marrying your Aunt common than north?
No. What the fuck? What the fuck? Dany, do something! You're not gonna die! Neither is your dragon! I'm not okay, I'm so not okay. This was so shocking. I was like, oh, now she's flying with the dragons, and then suddenly she has to go back, She's not safe here. Oh, poor Rhaegal. She lost another dragon. Tyrion better lives. Oh, they're not gonna take him right and bring him to Cersei, and are they? I fucking hate you, Euron.
Missandei!
Missandei, where are you?
Missandei! I saw it set beneath the waves.
That must have been glorious.
And our child shall one day rule them all.
See, I said it in my previous reaction at the first episode, that she was thinking like, I'm just gonna tell Euron is the father. Missandei? They have Missandei? Oh my god, no! I'm not okay with this episode, fuck this shit.
Do not destroy the city you came to save. Do not become what you have always struggled to defeat.
I don't think she has a choice right
Do you
now.
believe we're here for a reason, Woodverse?
I don't like it as well, and Varys is also right. This is something she
A
also...
fortnight before John and the Allied armies
This is
make
something
the
she
landing.
always wanted to prevent.
In the meantime, demand Cersei surrender. Offer her life in exchange for the throne. If there's a chance to avoid becoming slaughtered, we should make the effort.
True.
Speaking to Cersei will not prevent a slaughter.
But Cersei's never going to accept that.
But perhaps it's good that people see that Daenerys Stormborn made every effort to avoid bloodshed, and Cersei Lannister refused.
That already sounds way better.
You know them both. Tell me, who do you think would make a better ruler? We're discussing treason.
Yeah, stop that, Varys. I don't like it.
Of course, I've thought about it. Thoughts on treason. Joffrey was a man. I don't think a cock is a true qualification, as I'm sure you'd agree.
And
Thank you,
is the
Tyrion.
heir to-
What about my earlier proposal? They could rule together as king and queen.
Yes! I just wanted to say
She's too
that.
strong for him.
I don't give a shit.
She's
Yeah, that's...
temper her worst impulses, as you have.
It will seem like
quite a lot.
a good solution to me, but it's what I always wanted since the
Targaryen
beginning. So.
father.
I believe in our queen. She'll make the right choice.
Oh, thank you, Tyrion, for believing.
With the help of her loyal advisors. So what happens to her? Please. Don't.
Fuck you, Varys. Stuff is not going well. Everything's a mess right now, and I don't know what to think anymore. I really think Jaime's still going to play a bigger part in this story. That he's still going there to set things right, to help them fight against Cersei.
Stay with me. Please, stay.
You're not going to choose your sister over her now, right?
You think I'm a good man? I would have murdered every man, woman, and child in Riverrun for Cersei.
Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. Oh, poor Brienne. I fucking hate this. They finally end up together, and then he leaves her again. For Cersei, again. I really thought he was mad right now because of what she did, but he's just running back to her. How could he? I hope she left the dragon at home now. Oh. You can just see how Daenerys just gets broken more every episode. You can just see it in her eyes. I see it, at least. I'm I'm so nervous right now. I can just like feel my heart go like the two hands.
Queen Daenerys demands Cersei's unconditional surrender and immediate release of Missandei now.
Queen Cersei demands Daenerys' unconditional surrender.
Of course.
Have been reinforced with the Golden Gun.
You're not a monster. You've always loved your children. More than yourself. More than Jaime. More than anything. I beg you. If not for yourself, then for your child. Your reign is over. But that doesn't mean your life has to end.
I feel so bad for Dany. Just look at her. Cersei's not going to accept, we all know that. But you can see it does something to her what he says. True. Please not Missandei, please, please, please. Oh, Grey Worm.
If you have any last words, now is the time.
Nope. Now she's really mad. Now you really pissed her off. Holy fuck. Why did we have to lose her? Poor Grey Worm. I really wasn't expecting this. Really, I wasn't. I really did expect Grey Worm to die in the last episode. I don't know, I just really expected he would die this season, so I was like, if he didn't die last episode, maybe he's gonna die this episode or another one. But I really expected that Grey Worm would die and Missandei would stay alive and that she would like be sad about his death, but that she would like still go to Nath or something and then think about him, you know, like I think about Game of Thrones too nice. Of course that wasn't going to happen because it's Game of Thrones and Game of Thrones just keeps fucking with you. Oh, I'm so sad because I really love her. Next time on Game of Thrones, let me see that shit. That looks promising. Okay, that already made me feel a bit better. Oh, but still, I'm so sad. What the fuck? After everything and then Missandei still has to die. I was just so glad that she was still alive after everything and her whole story, like, we've known her since season 3 and everything she did for Daenerys, she was always on her side and she just always supported Daenerys, and this is really sad. This is a really sad thing. And I don't know if you noticed, but I was like, I'm going to keep my cat outside for this episode because he always comes in like 3 times in an episode and is just going to meow around the entire house. So you like hear him meowing for 50 minutes straight. And now he's been meowing for like 1.5 hours outside and he's trying to get in. Well, I let him choose. I was like, you can go upstairs or you can go outside. And then I left him outside because he stayed outside and now he's just annoying. I love him though, but he's just an annoying little guy sometimes. But I'll let him in right after this, so no worries. No Simbas were harmed during the making of this video. Damn, this episode, so much happened. And I just have the feeling that I'm going to forget like at least half of it while telling about it. Really a lot happened. In the beginning we were in Winterfell and we saw them celebrating because they killed the Night King and they destroyed the army of the dead. Let's just talk some random things because I don't even know what all happened. After all, it was so much. I really have to like sit here for another hour after this and think about everything that happened to just process it. Let's see, of course we had Gendry, Daenerys made him Lord. I think that was a really nice and honorable thing to do, even though Gendry has no fucking idea what he has to do. And that's why he asked Arya to marry him. And you can see they like love each other, like each other, especially Gendry, who likes Arya. But Arya is someone who's like, her purpose is more important than love. And I think that's really strong, and I think that's really something Arya's character should be and is. It really is. So I really didn't expect she would take the offer. When she was like starting to kiss him, and I thought, okay, she really loves him as well. Maybe she's gonna take the offer. But I was quite certain she wouldn't. So then Jaime got together with Brienne, and I was so happy about that, because that's really something I've been waiting for so long, because I really shipped them. Like in the beginning, they were so hateful to each other, but you just always saw something between them. And especially when everything was kind of over and she came to King's Landing at Joffrey's wedding, and they were like looking at each other and talking to each other after that, and just always the way they treated each other and just their whole story. I just really shipped them. And I also really hope they would come together, because of course Jaime has loved Cersei for forever. But first of all, that's his twin sister. But second, even if she wasn't his sister, she's just toxic as hell. We've seen that through the episodes, through the seasons. It was just not a healthy relationship. Even if she wasn't his sister, it just wasn't. And I was just really hoping that Jaime would finally like get past her and get someone else. And that happened now. But in the end, I was like, okay, he's going to leave because he's mad at Cersei because of what she did. But then he was just returning to Cersei. And I really didn't expect that. I thought he's going to go to Daenerys and he's going to help her because he wants revenge on her, he wants her dead as well. Well, that didn't happen. And that's something I'm also really sad about right now. I mean, I might be just as sad about that as I am about Missandei's dad. Because, I mean, I just hope they would come together for so long. And I hope that Jaime would redeem himself for so long. We finally got that this season. And now he's returning to his fucking sister. Let's see, what else do we got? Oh, Tormund, who was heartbroken. That was so sad. But I really did expect it though, because he's been after her since like season 6, I believe, since the moment he saw her. And he just wanted her for so long, and then she just walks off with Jaime Lannister. But in the end, even though I really shipped Brienne and Jaime like broke her heart now, she was finally ready to give herself to someone. That's my cat. And then he does this, and I really thought, great, they're together now. This is what they both deserve. And then that happened, and I'm still not okay with it. I fucking hate Sansa. I mean, I've always loved Sansa. Sansa was, well, one of my favorite, I can't say one of my favorite characters, but she kind of was. I mean, everything she went through, and I just always considered her as a really strong character and as someone who's willing to stand up for herself, but she just can't because of the people around her. I mean, like Joffrey, Ramsay, Peter Baelish, all those people who are just no good to her. Because she just didn't have any chance to like defend herself, even though she tried. And I just always considered her as a really strong character, and that's why I really like her. But I haven't been liking her since the first episode of season 8. She's just such a bitch to Daenerys, and of course I get Sansa. Everything she's been through, she doesn't trust anyone anymore. But it was also kind of stupid from Jon, because he knew Sansa was going to tell other people. He knows Sansa hates Daenerys and that she doesn't trust her, and that she will do anything. To not get her on the throne. And Jon, being the rightful heir, is her perfect solution for that. So it's a little stupid, and Daenerys was so right about this. And I mean, Jon telling Arya, everyone was fine with that. I mean, Arya loves Jon, and if Jon asks her something like this, like she swore it, and she's gonna keep that like oath. But I just didn't trust Sansa from the beginning, and I really think he shouldn't have told her. But Sansa's just a bitch for telling. I mean, if you swear something like that, he was like, I'm your family, you can trust me, just swear to me you won't tell. And she did it anyway, and she's I think her such a bitch at this moment. But like I said, I also understand it from Sansa's perspective, but it was still not nice to tell something like that while you swore you wouldn't. What else do we got? Rhaegal. fucking Rhaegal, another of Daenerys, her children, dies, and I'm not okay with that. She was just flying with her dragons over the sea and with the ships, and I was like, oh nice, and yeah, this nice Targaryen music, and I was just smiling like, ah, nice. She's flying with her dragons, really nice, she's going to the south. And then suddenly a fucking arrow hits that fucking dragon. And I was so shook that I might not even had like an instant reaction to it. I was just like, and then it happened and I was like, what? It was just so shocking. I really wasn't expecting that. And I just feel so bad for Dany right now, because like I said, you just see her get more broken every episode. The more people or her dragons who get taken away from her, especially after Jorah, you could just constantly see that how she felt about that. Also about Jon being the rightful heir to the throne now. And like I said, I really get her. Like, it's something she's worked towards for so long. And then there's Jon who's like, hey, listen up, I'm the rightful heir to the throne actually. And then everything just suddenly changes. So I get that she's very sad about that and not willing to just let that be taken away from her, which I also think is really good and strong from her. But then she loses Jorah, she loses her like rightful claim to the throne. We're just losing so much people. And then in this episode, like, she already lost so much. And then she first loses Rhaegal, her other child. And then she loses Missandei, who's been by her side for so long. And who's just her best friend, actually. I just can't deal with this right now. I feel so bad for her. And I just want, I just want to give her a hug. Also Varys, who's like not really behind her anymore, while he thinks Jon would be a better ruler. I just really like Tyrion's idea of them ruling together, because it's something I've been saying for so long. Like from the beginning of season 6, I believe, I've been saying they should rule together. They should get married and rule together. Or maybe I even said that earlier, but I've just wanted that forever. And that I always describe that as my idealistic Game of Thrones ending. But that's also the reason why I never believed it would actually happen, because it's Game of Thrones. And it never happens as you want it to happen. But it's still something I'm really hoping for, even though I really don't think that's going to happen. I think that would be like the Disney ending of Game of Thrones. Also, lots of people are afraid that Dany is going to die, and I'm really scared about that too, of course, even though I really believe in her, and I'm just like, no, she's not going to die. But as we just saw, everyone can die, so I'm not predicting anything, but people are just talking about it like it's already said, like they already saw her dying. Even though you might believe that, you don't have to be like, you're going to be so sad when Dany dies. I mean, I had like 20 comments of that. It's you weren't in the show, you haven't written the show, how the fuck can you be so sure about that? I mean, if you have expectations, fine, but you don't know that, okay? And even though I might have a feeling as well that it really might happen, I'm still not going to be like certain, oh my god, when Daenerys is going to die, I'm going to be so sad because I know it's going to happen. No, I don't, because I haven't seen it yet, just like you guys. But of course, every episode I'm so nervous that she's going to die, that something going to happen to her. And every time she survives, every time more people around her who support her, who are her friends, die, actually. I mean, that's also a bad thing, losing your allies, your friends, your children, that's also something that's so bad. And I like I said, I just feel so bad for her. I just want to give her a hug. I've been talking about Daenerys for way too long right now. Like, I was going just through all those pieces and then Daenerys. But our queen deserves that. Anyway, I think that was my reaction. I think I can say a lot right now. I can just make up a lot and predictions and stuff like that. But like I always say, I'm someone who's just like, okay, I will have to see about that. And that's what I'm going to say right now. This is just what I thought of the episode. And I can make a lot of predictions for the next episodes, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to see what happens. And I'm going to keep being nervous every week for it, even though there's only 2 left. Can you just realize that there's only 2 episodes left of our show? Like, and then it's like ended forever. Just insane. But I really hope those episodes are going to be good. So let me know what you thought of this episode. Did you like my reaction? Then please leave a like, subscribe, and I really hope to see you next week. Bye!